My child, you were not supposed to find this tonight by accident. I know it may feel that way. Maybe you were scrolling without thinking. Maybe you were looking for one more thing before sleep. Maybe you couldn't even explain why you clicked. But listen carefully, because this message was already moving toward you long before you found it. And if your heart feels tired, if your soul feels heavy, if you've been asking for direction and hearing only silence, then stay with me for a little while, because tonight I want you to know something. I saw what nobody else saw. I saw the moment you smiled while your heart was breaking. I saw the tears you wiped away before anyone noticed. I saw you sitting alone, staring at the ceiling, replaying conversations in your mind, wondering if you made the wrong decision, wondering if you missed your chance, wondering if you're still on the right path. I saw the nights when sleep refused to come, the nights when your body was exhausted, but your mind wouldn't stop racing, the nights when you whispered prayers so quietly that nobody around you could hear them. But I heard every word, even the ones you couldn't say out loud, even the prayers that never made it past your tears, even the questions hidden behind your silence. I heard them all, and I know something about you that you have forgotten. You have been carrying more than anyone realizes. You have been fighting battles nobody knows exist. You have been showing up every day while carrying invisible weight. People see your face, but they don't see the pressure. They don't see the uncertainty. They don't see how hard you've been trying to hold everything together. They don't see the moments when you lock the bathroom door just to breathe. They don't see the panic hidden behind your calm voice. They don't see the fear behind your confidence. But I do. I see all of it, and I need you to hear me. You are not weak because you're tired. You are tired because you've been strong for too long. You kept going when everything inside you wanted to stop. You kept believing when nothing around you made sense. You kept taking another step when the road ahead disappeared into fog, and heaven noticed every single step, every one. I know you've been searching for direction. You've been asking me for signs. You've been wondering whether you're moving toward your purpose or away from it. Some days you felt like you're standing at a crossroads with no map, no clear answer, no certainty, just questions. And questions can feel so lonely, especially when you're doing your best to trust, especially when you're trying to hear my voice, especially when you're afraid of making the wrong choice. But my child, what if I told you that your confusion has not surprised me? What if I told you that I already knew every turn you would face? What if I told you that the path feels unclear because you're trying to see too far ahead? You keep asking for the whole picture, but I am asking you to trust the next step, just the next step. Not next year, not 5 years from now, not every detail, just the next step. Because sometimes guidance doesn't come as a spotlight. Sometimes it comes as a small light in the darkness, just enough to keep moving, just enough to take one more step, just enough to remind you that you're not walking alone, And that's where you are right now. You think you're lost, but you're being led. You think you're waiting, but you're being prepared. You think nothing is happening, but there are things moving for you that you cannot yet see. There have been doors I protected you from, conversations I prevented, relationships I blocked, opportunities I delayed. Not because I wanted to punish you, but because I was protecting your future. I know there are things you wanted desperately, things you prayed for, things you cried over, things you begged me to allow. And when they didn't happen, it hurt. It hurt deeply. You wondered why. You wondered whether I was listening. You wondered whether I cared. But sometimes the greatest evidence of my love is not what I allow, it's what I prevent. There are storms you never saw because I redirected you. There are heartbreaks you never experienced because I closed the door. There are mistakes you never made because I interrupted your plans. And one day you will look back and understand what you can't understand now. You will see my fingerprints all over the moments that confused you. You will see my protection hidden inside disappointment. You will see my guidance hidden inside delay. You will see my mercy hidden inside closed doors. But for now, you must trust me in the middle of the unanswered questions. I know that's difficult. I know waiting can feel unbearable, especially when you're exhausted, especially when you're trying so hard, especially when you're watching other people move ahead while you're standing still. You see their success, their relationships, their opportunities, their breakthroughs, and secretly you wonder when your turn will come. You wonder whether you've been forgotten. But listen to me. You have not been forgotten. Not for a second, not for a moment, not even once. I know exactly where you are. I know exactly what you're carrying. I know exactly what you need. And I know exactly when the next chapter begins. The enemy wants you to believe that your story is ending, that you've missed your moment, that you're too late, too broken, too damaged, too far behind. But those are lies. Your story is not ending. It is unfolding. The chapters you thought were failures were actually preparation. The delays you hated were building strength. The waiting seasons were growing roots. Because what I am preparing for you requires a stronger foundation, and foundations are built in hidden places. Nobody celebrates the foundation. Nobody applauds the roots. Nobody notices what grows underground. But without roots, nothing survives. Without preparation, nothing lasts. Without hidden growth, there is no lasting harvest. And right now, there is more growth happening inside you than you realize. You are becoming stronger, wiser, more compassionate, more resilient, more aware of my presence, even in the moments when you feel weakest, especially in those moments, because some of the deepest transformations happen quietly, not in the spotlight, not on the mountaintop, but in the dark places where faith learns to breathe. I know about the battle inside your mind, the overthinking, the worrying, the endless scenarios, the constant questions. What if this doesn't work? What if I fail? What if things never change? What if I'm not enough? My child, you were never meant to carry tomorrow. You were never meant to solve every problem tonight. You were never meant to control every outcome. You are carrying responsibilities that were never yours to carry. Lay them down, not because they aren't important, but because they are too heavy for your shoulders alone. Give them to me, the future, the uncertainty, the fear, the pressure. Give it to me. I am not asking you to pretend everything is okay. I am asking you to stop carrying everything by yourself. You have carried enough. You have worried enough. You have exhausted yourself enough. Rest. Not because the battle is over, but because you do not fight alone. I am with you in the quiet room, in the parked car, in the sleepless night, in the crowded place where you feel invisible, in the difficult conversation, in the financial pressure, in the uncertainty, in the waiting. I am with you, closer than you know, closer than your next breath. And there is something changing. Can you feel it? Maybe only slightly, maybe only a small shift. But something is changing. The season you've been in will not last forever. The heaviness will not last forever. The confusion will not last forever. The loneliness will not last forever. The tears will not last forever. There is movement happening. There is healing happening. There is restoration happening, even if you cannot see it yet. I am working beneath the surface, arranging things, aligning things, preparing things, connecting things, opening paths that currently look impossible. You don't need to force the future into existence. You don't need to chase what I have already planned. You don't need to panic. Your breakthrough does not depend entirely on your strength. It depends on my faithfulness. And I have never failed you, not once. I know there were moments when it felt like I disappeared, moments when heaven seemed silent, moments when prayers seemed unanswered. But silence does not mean absence. I was there. I was there when you cried yourself to sleep. I was there when nobody called. I was there when you felt rejected. I was there when you felt overlooked. I was there when you questioned your worth. I was there when you doubted yourself, and I am here now. Still here, always here. My child, you are not who your pain says you are. You are not who your fears say you are. You are not who your mistakes say you are. You are not who your failures say you are. You are loved. Deeply, completely, without condition, without hesitation, without limit. You are valuable even when you feel broken. You are worthy even when you feel rejected. You are chosen even when you feel overlooked. You matter even when nobody acknowledges your effort. And your life carries purpose beyond what you currently understand. There are people you will help, lives you will touch, hope you will bring, wounds you will heal, stories you will inspire, not because you are perfect, but because you survived what almost destroyed you. Your scars will become evidence. Your struggles will become wisdom. Your tears will become compassion. And what once hurt you will someday help someone else heal. Nothing has been wasted. Not the pain, not the waiting, not the confusion, not the heartbreak, not the lonely nights, not the unanswered questions, none of it. I am weaving together things you cannot yet see, creating beauty from places you thought were ruined, creating purpose from seasons you thought were meaningless, creating strength from moments you thought would break you. So tonight, before you sleep, I want you to stop measuring your future by your current circumstances. Stop deciding tomorrow based on today's emotions. Stop believing that this chapter is the whole story. It isn't. There are pages you haven't read yet, blessings you haven't seen yet, doors you haven't walked through yet, people you haven't met yet, prayers you haven't watched me answer yet, healing you haven't experienced yet, peace you haven't felt yet, and joy you haven't imagined yet. Your story is still being written, and the author has not abandoned the page. So breathe. Slowly. Let your shoulders relax. Let your mind rest. Let your heart settle. You do not have to figure everything out tonight. You do not have to solve every problem before morning. You do not have to carry tomorrow into your bed. Release it. Release the fear. Release the pressure. Release the uncertainty. Release the need to know everything. And rest in this truth. I know. I see. I care. I am working. I am guiding. I am protecting. I am preparing. And I am not finished with your story. Not even close. The message you were searching for has found you. Not by accident, not by coincidence, but at the perfect time. The exact time your heart needed it. The exact time your soul needed reminding. The exact time you needed to know that you are seen, known, loved, protected, guided, and never alone. So tonight, my child, close your eyes knowing this. The road ahead is not empty. The future is not hopeless. The waiting is not meaningless. The silence is not abandonment, and your life is not forgotten. I am already standing in the tomorrow that worries you. I am already holding the answers you seek. I am already making a way where you cannot see one. Sleep in peace, rest in my presence, and let hope return to your heart, because the message that found you tonight is true. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Your healing is closer than you think. Your purpose is closer than you think. And I am closer than you think. Always, forever, and even now, as the night grows quiet, as your breathing slows, as your heart begins to soften, know this one final time. You are loved more than you can imagine. You are being guided more than you realize. And everything is unfolding at the perfect time.